and welcome back to Lizard Studios. Today we are going to be making a decorative weaving. Yes, you're going to be making it with complementary colors. So let's get today's materials and I'll show you what it's all about. So here are the materials. You're going to need 4 yarns, 4 color yarn, and they need to be complementary. For example, what is the complementary color of orange? Yes, blue. And what is the complementary color of yellow? Yes, purple. So you're gonna need 4 yarns that are complementary colors, okay? 2 and 2. Then you're going to need a stick or a needle, all right? And I'm gonna show you how to use the stick to be able to weave with, or a needle if you have those big plastic needles to weave with, okay? You're gonna need a pair of scissors. You're gonna need also a box, a shoe box. This is a shoe box I had, all right? And I am going to be using it to make a loom. And I'll show you what that is in just a second. So either the shoe box or the top, either one, okay? So you could share that. Now, and another thing that we are going to need is sellotape. Yes, because we are going to be using it to thread, to put the thread through the needle, okay? Or on the stick. So what is a weaving? Well, a weaving is something that we make on a loom. It's like fabric that we create on a loom by using threads that go back and forth. This is a little tiny wood loom that I bought, okay? And this is a weaving that I made on it. And this is another weaving that is made on a box. So I took this box, it was just a paper box, and I made it a loom so I could weave on it, okay? So there's different types of looms, all right? And then this is a weaving that I made also, not with thread, not with a yarn, but with fabric. And I did this one to hang up just like this, all right? So I just wanted to show you that. So let's begin making our project now. The first thing that we are going to do is make a loom. We're gonna make a loom out of the shoe box, so you can start putting your thread and you can start making that decorative weaving, okay? That later on we're going to hang up, all right? So here's the box. What you're gonna do is you're gonna use the narrower side, not the wide one, okay? Not the really wide one, but the narrower one, okay? That's what you're going to be cutting. And what you're gonna do to make a loom is the following. You're gonna make one cut right here in the middle. Okay, not too long, just like 1 finger long, just like that, or not even 2, just 1 and a little bit, okay? And then on the other side, right in front of it, you're gonna do the same thing, okay? You're gonna cut right here, all right? Not a lot, just a little bit, see, like a finger more or less. Now, what's the next thing to do? You're gonna do 4 cuts to one side and 4 cuts to the other side. And how big are they gonna be? Like 1 finger apart, okay? And you need to measure with your eye and make those so they are the same length. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Just be careful. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, just like that. So you have right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, now we have already measured the middle, so we know where the middle is, and we're gonna do the same thing. If you want to mark it, not to cut yourself, you could take a marker, all right, just like this, and you could mark 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from the middle to the side, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And just watch me as I cut it. Okay, now I have my loom almost ready. Now I need to tell you something. In weaving, the threads that go up and down are called the warp threads. And the ones that go to the sides are called the weft threads, okay? So now we're gonna put the warp threads going one way and the other way. All right, so let me show you how to do that. we're gonna take any color that you want. I want to take yellow, for example. I'm not gonna cut the thread, I'm just gonna let it loose like this, and I'm gonna begin from here, okay, and going to the top, and then back down. I'm gonna pull a little bit back down this way, and take it back up like this, and then back down, back up, back down, this way. And remember, this is the warp thread. And now at the end, I cut the thread. What am I going to do with these two threads right here? I am going to make a knot. Okay, and I'm going to make another knot right here. Okay, so now I have made those two little knots right there. I'm going to leave this towards this way, and I'm going to cut it because I already have a knot. So I'm sure I have a knot. And I'm going to cut up the leftover thread. Okay, now I have my warp thread already. It's really tight, and I'm going to start making the warp thread. But I want to use complementary colors. Why? Because when you put complementary colors one next to the other, they're very shiny, and that's what I want to do today. So I'm going to start with maybe the purple, and then I'll continue with the yellow. So I'm going to take an arm's length, okay, from one side of your hand to the other side of your arm, just like this, okay, and cut it. And I'm going to use that much thread at the beginning. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to make a knot right here at the beginning. Okay, and now what am I going to do? Well, this is really, it's really easy to do it with your hands, but it's easier to do it with a stick or with a needle. Here I have it with a stick, and here I have it with a needle. Now, with the needle, what I would do would be just to pass the end through the hole. How do I do that? Let me show you, let me remind you. We take a little piece of tape, okay? Just a little piece of tape, we put it at the end of the thread, okay? And we fold it. And now, when we have thread like this, what we do is we cut it like a little triangle, just like that. And like we have this little triangle, it's gonna be really simple to pass through the needle, okay? So look at this, I just passed it through the needle, all right? Now, if I don't have a needle, all right, and I want to use a stick, because that's what I have, a toothpick or any type of stick, what I want to do is take the stick. If it's this long, you're gonna cut it. If it's a toothpick, it's okay, it's the right size, all right? So what I do is I put the end of the stick and the end of my yarn. I take some sellotape, and I'm gonna tape these two together really tight, okay? Really tight, or as tight as I can, okay? Really tight. If I need a little bit more sellotape, I take a little bit more sellotape and I make it real tight. All right, there we go. And now I'm gonna leave it with the stick, okay? I'm gonna leave it with the stick, and I'm gonna start going through it and see what happens, okay? Let me put it right here so you can see. Now, this is the trick to weaving. You guys have woven before, I'm sure, but I'm gonna show you how to do it again, okay? Now, we're gonna start on the bottom, below, over, below, over, below, over, below, over, and we're gonna pull. Okay? And when we get to the end, remember, we need to go around the end and the opposite of what we have done. So if this one went below, we're gonna go on top, above, below, above, below, above, below, above, and below. And we're going to pull straight to the other side. I'm gonna do one more to show you, and then we're gonna go really fast, okay? So we're gonna go around the string and the opposite. Below, above, below, above, below, above, below, above. And you're gonna pull that string through, all right? And the next ones I'm going to do really fast, so just watch. Okay, and now once you're getting to the end, what you're gonna do is take away your sellotape and your stick, and you're gonna cut the end, okay? You're gonna cut it off, and you're gonna put the opposite color, which is, your complementary color is yellow. And you're gonna cut about the same length from one hand to the other hand, and we cut. Okay? And this time, I'm going to use a needle this time, okay? So I take some sellotape, I put it around my yarn, I cut it to make a triangle, and I put it through my needle. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now, I have this yarn. What I'm gonna do is, I'm going to make a knot with the other yarn right here. Put them together, make a hoop, and put it through both of them, and push towards the end, so I don't lose a lot of yarn, okay? And then with the needle, I continue like if it was only one, okay? And I do the opposite, I go around and do the opposite. Just watch me. So now we have finished weaving with the yellow thread, okay, with the yellow yarn. We're gonna leave it here. We are gonna write our name on it at the top or at the bottom of the box, okay? And we're gonna leave it like this for next week. All right, guys? Now, next week, we are going to use the other complementary colors, and I'm gonna show you how to make a shape inside your weaving. And also, we are going to put it with wood so we could hang it up and we could show it to everyone. So today, let's review. We have made a loom. We have put the warp threads in this loom, and then we started making the weft threads, okay? The ones that go to one side and the other side. Now remember, this is a weaving. What are weavings? Weavings are on curtains, on clothes, on cushions, on everything around us that has fabric, all right? But we're just gonna make a decorative one for you to enjoy. So I will see you next week. Take care of yourself and be good. Bye bye.